Okay, so let's take the wins where we can. President Biden getting that bipartisan, the BIF, the Biden infrastructure play sort of over the finish line there. Now the big one. You've got the Build Back Better plan, which is primarily social spending programs. Handicap it for us. Does that ultimately get done in some form?
Well, that's the question, Brian. I think the answer to the question is it has to get done. Just like the bipartisan infrastructure bill had to get done politically, this has to get done as well. So right now, Biden wants to take a victory lap. He wants to say, look, I campaigned on being able to work with the other side of the aisle, with Republicans to get things done for the American people. He's finally done that. Now, it took a little bit longer than he wanted it to, but he's going to be talking about that this week as he does the signing ceremony and all this and talk about all the jobs it's going to create. But now, unless he builds upon that and also gets his Build Back Better reconciliation bill done, it'll be all for naught. So look for a big push to get this done. They're looking to try to get it done by Thanksgiving. I think that's a little ambitious, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then you've got a December 17th backstop, as I understand it, all sort of tied into this debt limit re-raising as well. There's going to be a lot of horse trading, even in a city known for exceptional horse trading. Who do you think folds? Does Manchin fold first? Do the Republicans get on board with any of this stuff? Do moderate House Democrats like Josh Gottheimer of New Jersey, do they fall into the fold? How does it play out?
So first and foremost, there is no way that the Republicans get on board for this. They've made it very clear that, yes, we want to work with you on the bipartisan infrastructure bill, but we want nothing to do with this reconciliation bill. So it's going to have to be 50 votes, all 50 votes, Democrats in the Senate plus Kamala Harris, and it's going to be everyone in the House except I think you can lose 3 votes. It's interesting you mentioned Congressman Gottheimer. I think in the latest bill, there is a SALT increase in that bill. And as we know, state and local tax exemption, that's very important for New York and New Jersey and a lot of moderates. And so I think he's not going to be a problem here. I think he's on board to help move this forward. I think the key is going to be for the progressives to figure out which of these programs they're going to do without. They've already gotten rid of or not been able to do community college. They've stuck to the lower end as far as children and pre-K, et cetera. And the question will be what other things they leave on the cutting room floor.
Everybody wants to go after Manchin and Kristen Sinema in the Senate and some of the moderate Democrats that I mentioned in the House. But it really now seems like the progressive side may be more of the issue. You had 19 of those sort of blocking their votes as well for the first part. They want it to be bigger, and they're kind of suggested if it's not bigger, we're going to go home. They also hate this SALT deduction cap raise to $80,000 because it is, in a sense, sort of a tax break for the upper income. Will the progressive wing of the party be able to get on board with maybe people watching in New Jersey right now taking home a little more of their own money?
I think that's a great point right now. I think what's happened over the last couple of weeks in particular, over the last few months, but particularly after the Virginia race and the New Jersey race, is that we've realized once again that politics trumps policy. And what I mean by that is there's a political reality here that you can't get everything you want. And as the new New York mayor said, practicality is progressive. You got to get done what you can get done. And I think the progressives are right now understanding, hey, this is not going to be $6 trillion. It's not going to be $3.5 trillion. It's going to be somewhere between 1.5 and 2 trillion. Let's get the most we can do so that we can show the American people we're doing something for them. So that's going to be the debate. There's going to be a lot of hand wringing. It's going to be messy still. There's going to be some public debating. But at the end of the day, Democrats understand they either hang together or they hang separately.